Yeah, we can just start right there, dude. So ABC rigs the election. Obviously, they're going to fact check everything Trump says. They're going to fact check nothing that Kamala says. And guess what? Okay. Less than 2 months ago, someone tried to shoot Trump in his face on national television. Not one question about it. Not one single thing about that. Because it's a super unbiased, right? Like, this is so unbiased that we're not even going to talk about the most brazen assassination attempt on a president or former president in, I don't know how long. Like, he got shot in the ear. And the only reason it wasn't his face is because he turned his face. You know what I mean? We're like, oh, that's not relevant, guys. It's not relevant at all. Let's definitely not talk about that. Let's just fact check you on this, that, or the. It's ridiculous. So looking at clips from the debate last night, I found one clip that made me want to just flip out and do a video about this. And that was Kamala gaslighting everyone in the country about the Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, where Trump talked about them eating pets, and she laughed in his face. Along with a mouth, oh, come on. The definition of gaslighting, especially if you're me and you've done a bunch of research on this topic, and I've done more since I did the video. And the idea that what he was saying is not true is an outright lie. And I'm going to show you even more gaslighting and lies from the mainstream media on this topic in this video. But I'm not doing a one-sided slanted video. I'm going to show you some other stuff from Springfield, Ohio, just to demonstrate. It's not like when you have 20,000 people go into a new city. It's not like you have 20,000 people kidnapping pets. That's not what's going on either. But you have an even bigger problem with the vast majority of the 20,000 that are in there that has nothing to do with pets. Okay, you have lots of stuff related to the pets, lots of locals talking about their missing pets or people having seen that. But the bigger issue is actually related to the magic money card. And we're going to talk about that. But first, let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so look at this clip. Okay, look at this clip.
Now what you feeling?
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
And causing car accidents.
Cats. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating.
Unbelievable. He's actually saying they're eating the cats and the pets. It's like, what? He's crazy, you guys. Can you get a load of this guy? Oh my God. Fact checkers, could you go ahead and fact check that? I already fact checked that. I already did that. It's true. It's true, and you know it's true. Okay? Is there anyone that you could get to go ahead and like say that it's not true? Like, go ahead and say it's not true, and then let's evaluate the truth of their statement, because watch this gaslighting. Oh, and then we're going to look at the most ludicrous take on this ever from Maxine Waters, who says that this is just racism. Actually, let's look at that first. So let's look at Maxine Waters' take on this. This is even before the debate yesterday. This is absolutely insane.
Democrat Congresswoman Maxine Waters, who claims Republicans and those upset with the number of immigrants from Haiti being deposited into their small towns, well, they're just racist. There could be no other explanation.
Well, let me just say this, that Haitians have been the victims of, not only our country, but Canada and France for years, historically. They're black, they're poor. It's the poorest country in the hemisphere. They have been exploited, and it continues all the time. Yes, I think they're treated differently because they're black, because they're Haitians.
But
really? Hey, really? So if you think they came from, like, I don't know, Ukraine, as an example, and they started getting all kinds of money from the government, and the Americans stopped getting it at the same time, and then they started, I don't know, kidnapping and eating people's pets, you think that would just be like, oh, no, they're white. So it's not a big deal to me. But now let's get back to the gaslighting on the Haitians in Springfield. And by the way, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done that yet, and share this on your social media, because when I asked you guys to do that, you want to know what happened? The video quadrupled in views. A handful of people share it on your social media. Doesn't even matter how many people watch it. It tells the algorithm that people are interested in this content, and it'll explode. And people need to see this, because people really believe that Kamala laughing in Trump's face is legit. They need to see this, okay? So I appreciate you guys' help.
Springfield, that's over near Dayton, are pushing back against claims made by vice presidential candidate and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, as well as other high-profile conservatives.
Over the weekend, reports began circulating on social media claiming Haitian immigrants in Springfield are abducting and eating residents' pets. Today, Vance posted on X saying people have had their pets abducted and eaten by people who shouldn't be in this country. Where is our border czar? The city's police department denies any such incidents have happened.
In a statement, the Springfield city manager said, quote, "We wish to clarify that there have been no credible reports or specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community."
Really? Really? So you guys do remember this clip, do you not? Right? You guys remember this clip? Do we need to play this again? Because this is a body cam video of a Haitian immigrant being arrested because she ate someone's cat. And the people saw him. They're like, yeah, she was eating the cat. You see it right there? Oh, so that's not true? Like, so it's not true? Like, so my eyes are lying to me. That didn't actually happen? It's ridiculous, dude. I can't, man. I can't. Yeah, we don't have any credible blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah? Hey, do you have any credible reports of, them killing geese or swans and like cutting their heads off at the park? Do you have any credible threats of that? Or are we trying to slide through a loophole that it's like, well, we don't actually know whose pet this was? They're eating cats, but we didn't know like which person's pet was eaten. So we haven't gotten any credible reports of like pets being eaten. We're doing that, And like technically the geese are not like actually pets, or the swans. They're not like pets. They are animals, and it was traumatizing to the children when they saw people, cut off the heads of the swans. But like, come on, man. That's not a person's pet, okay? And then watch this one, do.
You might have seen these unfounded accusations that J.D. Vance and others are spreading that Haitian immigrants in Ohio are killing ducks and people's cats for food. Now, there is no evidence this is happening. Local officials tell us they've received no reports of this. So what's going on here? Springfield, Ohio.
Really? Hey, did you guys see the body cam footage of that exact story? Literally exactly that. You guys see that? Right? The one that I just showed you. I showed it in my previous video. I guess I should probably show it again right now. Because the cops have gotten no credible information about this, guys. So let's just not watch this.
Brace yourselves. This one's extra gruesome. Because what this woman allegedly did was murder a cat. And if that's not enough, she also ate it.
She destroyed that cat. This is...
First responders found this woman on the scene covered in blood with cat hair still stuck to her lips. It was so disturbing, it even shook up veteran officers.
As long as I've been a policeman, I've never had a call where someone was eating a cat.
Oh, weird. Wait a minute. I thought they weren't doing that. This is happening. Local officials tell us they've had no reports of this. So what's going on? Well, I guess I would ask you the same question. What is going on? Since I just watched the police officers in Springfield responding to a woman eating a cat that she killed. And then there's this from my favorite YouTube channel. I think he covered this one. Let's just watch him cover this story first. Warning to all of our beloved pets and those around us. My neighbor informed me that her daughter's friend had lost her cat. She checked pages, kennels, asked around, etc. One day she came home from work. As soon as she stepped out of her car, looked towards the neighbor's house where the Haitians live and saw her cat hanging from a branch, like how you do to a deer for butchering, and they were carving it up to eat. I've been told they are doing this to dogs. They have been doing it at Snyder Park with the ducks and geese, and as I was told that last bit by rangers and police. Please keep a close eye on these animals, okay? They are killing their pets, okay, and eating them. Wait. Here's a picture of a Haitian guy walking. Wait a minute. Is that a picture of a dead goose that was taken from the park? I thought they weren't doing this. I thought there were no credible reports of this. Unbelievable. It seems as though they're lying on purpose. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that they would lie about a thing like this? I feel betrayed, because this is very unlike them. Yeah, I don't know. I always assume that they're telling the truth, but just, as an example of a few other lies that were told during the debate last night, we're going to go through a few, since only one of them is getting fact checked all the time. Let's go through some fact checks on what Kamala said. And then we're going to go back to the Springfield story, because there's more to this story. Believe it or not, the nightmare scenario that is unfolding is not the only thing going on there. Okay. There are hardworking people coming from Haiti who are really genuinely trying to do the right thing and that are going to their jobs and they're doing good stuff. I know it's unbelievable. Like when you import 20,000 people, that anyone could have like a nuanced look at this. Imagine that. Imagine a nuanced approach where you could be honest about what is going on here in this nightmare over here. And then you could also acknowledge, like, look at this person right here who's being interviewed. This is clearly an intelligent person who is trying to escape a nightmare scenario in Haiti and is going to their job, just like I said, which is why there is a formal legal way to get residency and citizenship in this country if you want to go through it. And a person like this should have the ability to do that. That is a big different thing, than, oh, cool, Venezuela just unloaded their jail and sent them all to America. And we're like, yay, great stuff. Let's take them all. Okay, so here are the top 5 lies that the moderators did not fact check or falsely fact check during the debate for Kamala. Okay. Number 1, mandatory firearm buyback. Kamala Harris told Trump to stop lying about her wanting to confiscate firearms. Harris had previously stated multiple times that she wants to launch a mandatory buyback program. ABC moderators said nothing. Okay. Before we continue, I actually want to say one thing. It is so dumb that we do these debates and anybody puts any weight on them. I don't understand. It's like, even if whoever you think won, who cares? Who cares? Okay. Trump was in office for 4 years. 4 years. Kamala has been in office for almost 4 years. And she's been in politics for 100 years, because she's like, hey, Willie, I love Willie Jr. And you know what would make me love Willie Jr. more is if you gave me a nice, cushy job, government job that I am a little bit underqualified for, but I'll learn on the job. You saw how good I've gotten at things that you taught me. At first I did it like this and you were like, look, bitch, I like it like this. And I started doing it like that. See, I learned really well on the job. You told me you like it like that. I do it like that. So just give me a nice cushy government job and then I will, I'll learn, right? So why would we listen to words that come out of people's faces on a debate stage? Because, I've never supported a mandatory buyback program. Okay, but you have, right? People are all, did you see Trump try to lie about the things she did? And it's exactly the same in reverse. What are we talking about? Okay, just look at their record. These are just words. Hey, watch this, you guys. Okay, I started doing jujitsu 27 years ago. Oh my God, he did? He must be amazing at jujitsu. That's not true. Well, yeah, it is. No, it's not. Hey, fact checkers, are you going to fact check Jesse on Fire? Did he start doing jujitsu 27 years ago? Like, it depends. Is he a Democrat or Republican? He's a Democrat. They're all, nope. As far as we just can't find anything on that. So he started doing jiu-jitsu 27 years ago. Mm-hmm. And on the other side, they're all, no, that's actually, we're going to go ahead and fact check that. That's not true. That's not true. You know what I mean? What are we talking about, dude? They just go up and they lie. They lie about everything. That was a really weird example I gave, but I'm distracted because I just found out that Daddy's new 38 special just got to Range USA. I'm gonna go pick it up after this. Speaking of mandatory gun buyback, son, that's what I got right here. You see that? See that alert right there? That says your order is ready for pickup. That's an ultralight 38 special snub nose, baby. I'm on a gun kick right now. I'm about to buy a lot of them. Anyway, so let's continue. The fine people hoax. This one is a big buzzword for me or whatever. This one is like one of those ones that I fell for. Okay. This is why this one really hurts. Okay. Because as you guys know, 2016 was not a Trump guy. 2024 have his sneaker in the backdrop. And a lot of that had to do, a lot of the transition had to do with, man, I believed that story that you told me about him. Okay. Now the Russia hoax being the biggest one, But, before you start going back and looking at all of them, but I believe this. I believe that he actually went up. I mean, this one was, I actually didn't care very much, but still, Kamala claimed that Trump called the very fine people. This was debunked by Snopes, but the ABC moderators let it slide. The ABC moderators said nothing. If you watch that clip, no person who is even moderately honest could think that he was actually saying that the white supremacists are good people. No one said that. He was saying that there are people who are there protesting, taking down statues, and they're good people. He's like, these are good people. They just want to protect our history. And it was completely taken out of context, obviously, and made to seem as though he was saying something that he wasn't. Obvious. I mean, it's like the fact that this is still quoted as a real thing that he said is embarrassing. It's a joke. It's a lie, and everyone knows it. If you still think that that's what he said, why don't you do a little bit of research and grow up, okay? Post-birth abortions. Trump claimed babies were killed outside the womb in failed abortions. Under Tim Walz, babies born alive in botched abortions were allowed to be left to die. 8 babies who survived abortions in Minnesota were abandoned and sadly perished under Walz. The ABC moderator simply said Trump was lying and moved on without adding context. Weird. But no one wanted to fact check the the thing about the Springfield thing. Like, yeah, there is some nuance to it, and I am representing it the way I am on purpose. I feel a little bit dirty doing what I'm doing about the Haitians in Springfield as of this moment, having done more research on it, but not that dirty because you guys set the rules. This is what you do. Okay. So we're just going to all right, you guys are going to lie, then cool. I will just show you the stuff that's true and make it seem like this is what it is with no mitigating circumstances, and then at the end of the video, like in paragraph 9, like you guys do, I will show you the other side of the argument because you guys set the rules. Number 4, defund the police. Kamala laughed when Trump said she wanted to defund the police during a previous interview. Harris said having more cops on the street is wrong. She also supported taking police officers out of schools. The ABC moderator said nothing. The bloodbath hoax. Oh my God. This one, the bloodbath hoax, is the worst of all because it's recent. This was the most dishonest attack on Trump ever. Let's just go through it. Kamala Harris claimed Trump said that there would be a bloodbath if he was not elected, insinuating that his supporters would start killing people. This is 100% false. I saw the clip live. The comment made during a rally was Trump saying there was be a bloodbath on the American auto industry if not elected. Okay, let's watch that full clip just one more time to show that these people are lying. If you believed the bloodbath story that he was saying, there's going to be a bloodbath in America, this should shock your system. If you don't remember, every mainstream media ran, every outlet ran with that story. Let's see what he actually said.
Auto workers never probably shook hands with a Republican before. They're destroying. Mexico has taken over a period of 30 years, 34% of the automobile manufacturing business in our country. Think of it. Went to Mexico. China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they think that they're going to sell those cars into the United States with no tax at the border. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. No, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars.
I want to take a quick point really quick here where Mark Cuban very dishonestly, put up on X when Trump said something about this and Mark Cuban was all, a tariff is not a tax on China, Mr. Trump. The tariff is whatever. It's actually a tax on the import. Okay, yeah, cool. And he made it seem like Trump did not understand how tariffs work, okay? The point that it's just more, at least in his case, he's telling the truth. Like Mark Cuban's telling the truth about what he's saying, but it's intentionally deceptive because the entire reason that Trump is talking about this is he's saying he's going to put 100% tariff on it. Why? Why is he saying that he's going to do that? He's saying he's going to make selling cars that you have manufactured outside of the United States so unaffordable for the car companies that they're going to have to keep the jobs in the United States. He's talking about protecting American jobs. That's what he's talking about, okay? And so Mark Cuban, you can play the deflection game and, look at like shell game with information. He doesn't even understand what he's talking about. Okay, you know exactly what he's talking about. You know exactly what he's talking about. And then, or you go the mainstream media route, and then as we finish this quote, you can pretend that he was saying he's going to incite violence against the American people. It's like,
if I get elected, now if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. But they're not going to sell those cars. They're building massive factories. A friend of mine, all he does is build car manufacturing plants. He's the biggest in the world.
okay, so is there any question about what he was talking about when he said the bloodbath thing? Are we actually going to pretend that he was saying there's going to be some huge violent thing? He's talking about an economic bloodbath and a bloodbath for the jobs in the car industry in the United States. Obviously. Okay? Ridiculous. So now I'm going to do something for you guys that should give a slightly more nuanced view on the issue of the Haitians in the Springfield area, because I like to practice what I preach, and I will give a more nuanced look at this issue. Now, let's see the other side of this conversation so we can at least be having a conversation that is much more nuanced than the pretenders are having.
In recent years, seen an over 20% population boom, and that has largely been driven by the arrival of Haitian immigrants.
Who drove that, though? Just so we're clear, who drove that 20,000 Haitian immigrants were going to go to this city? Now, again, there is an important point here of why they went there that is different than what a lot of people have been talking about initially.
Difficult decision to leave his home country because his country is imploding. Haiti is in political crisis. Its president was assassinated a few years ago. Armed gangs now patrol the streets of Port-au-Prince, and tens of thousands of Haitians have been forced to flee their homes. Many came to the U.S. and were granted what's called temporary protected status, which means they're here legally, they're not being threatened with deportation, and they are allowed to work. One local employer, Jamie McGregor, who's the CEO of McGregor Metals, told us about 10% of his workforce is Haitian, about 30 workers. He says he wishes he had 30 more, describing them as diligent, hardworking, no drama.
Okay, again, now, you guys are wired like me. Now, when you look at this dude who is working hard at an American plant and has fled that nightmare in Haiti, I assume that you are not thinking like, man, get this cat eater out of here, because that's obviously not what this guy is, right? Like the idea that there are not people who are there are good people fleeing a terrible situation who can contribute to American society. That's not true. Of course there are, right? Like, of course there are. My issue is not with Haitians, certainly not all of them. My issue is with policy and why this would happen, and then why, as we're going to show you later on in the video, why are they getting $3,000 a month and Americans who are veterans are getting their funding cut off by the government, okay? So I can't look at that guy's face, so let's continue over to here and let's look at this. But let's look at this guy lie, though. Hang on, ready? Watch this lie.
The mayor of Springfield is Rob Rue, and he told us that the city's services and infrastructure have been stressed. The local schools have seen a quadrupling in the number of students who need English language help. The local health center spends hundreds of thousands of dollars in translation services, and the fire and EMS departments are seeing rising numbers of calls. But what really brought the issue...
I'm sorry, you said police, firefighters, and EMS are seeing rising numbers of calls. Right.
...to a head was a terrible accident that happened last year.
Right now, multiple law enforcement agencies are on the scene of a deadly school bus crash.
A Haitian driver without a U.S. license hit a school bus and injured several children and killed 11-year-old Aiden Clark. After that accident, anger at the Haitian community in Springfield erupted. At city commission meetings, people vented their fury.
The majority of the Haitians here are low-skilled and they're illiterate.
Some people made overtly racist comments about the Haitians. Others accused city officials and the mayor of actively inviting and encouraging more and more Haitians to come to Springfield.
Oh, because they didn't? Because they didn't do that?
William Monaghan runs a Facebook group in Springfield that's become a kind of a clearinghouse for concerns about the Haitians. And we sat down with William and a group of people from that group, and they argue that their criticisms of this circumstance have nothing to do with race. They say that rents in the city have gone up, insurance rates have gone up, they don't feel safe on the streets or in the stores. They say that reckless driving and car accidents have gone.
Right. Okay, so you guys see. You guys see, right? You guys see. So is this people being unreasonable? Is the issue actually that all of them are eating pets, or are there like actually real issues that Americans have a complete justified right to be concerned about, but we're just going to pretend like the only issue is whether or not they're eating cats, which they are, and then we're going to pretend like they're not because we're gaslighting everyone. Now, in this video, check this dude out, okay? I like this guy. I don't like feeling like I'm trying to like take away this guy's like temporary protected status, send him back to Haiti. Look at him, dude.
Okay. Okay. Do you plan on living here for much longer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard there were rumors of Haitians eating the neighbor's cats and a Canadian goose. Is that true or completely false?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did he say I'm not saying that doesn't exist. So he's saying, yeah, they do that in Haiti. So like even more like, oh, so it is true. So it is true. Let me show you the part that really bothered me though, dude. Okay. Let me just fast forward to this part, which really, really bothered me, where the guy talks about how they call their card the magic money card, and as a disabled gentleman who is gotten his disability taken away. He's a veteran. I can't find it. But that happened. Okay. So that also happened. Important note, right? American veterans getting their disability taken away while the Haitians that are here on whatever status they're on, the families are getting $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month. In Springfield, Ohio, you can live real nice on $3,000 a month, dude. Anyway, I don't know, man. That's probably enough.